Yeah, I don't think I'll ever not be bored of this. I don't think I'll ever become bored of this game. Look at this ridiculousness I've made. This is my steel mill. Dedicated steel mill. As you can see, its input is two nearly entirely laminar streams of iron ore coming out of this mess. The iron ore passes by all of these furnaces that turn it into iron plates. These ones are bogged down because there's too much for them to even put. Yet, despite all those furnaces being bogged down and not running because there's too much already on the belt, as you can see, the iron ore doesn't even make it to the end of the belt. Thus, it's clearly the limiting factor in this rig is still the supply of iron ore. Anyhow, once it's out on conveyor belt, it snakes around the outside and through the middle. Over here is where we have the furnaces making steel. The iron ore is put into these furnaces from both sides to make the steel, which then gets carried away. And I do need this. This isn't even backing down. We'll just follow the steel all the way along with that other regular iron supply. And it takes us up to through this mess with the copper that I showed off earlier and into supply chests, which are actually full. This one's full, this one's full, this one's full, this one's full. So eventually this will start backing up. But for time being, not all of them even get steel, and it's carried away relatively quickly by those bots. Though, of course, not as quickly as the copper cabling. Copper cabling gets burned in this. Look at this. This is the copper cabling supply. You can see the logistics bots just going bonkers on it. And the whole reason for that is up here. This is my build everything. Assembly machines to build essentially everything in the entire game. Walls there, miners, pipes, furnaces, labs. I've got essentially even the wood. Because I learned something the other day. You can mine trees with a deconstructor, and the logistics bots come and get the tree, or the constructor bots come and get the trees, and then put them into boxes. So that's a good way to just get wood, which is where all this wood came from. Sorry about the beeping. I'll grab that nice and quick. Alright, where was I? Yes, I was showing off to you guys some of the ridiculousness I can make. One more thing to show off is the power supply. Predictably, this mess requires a metric fuck-ton of juice to keep it going. The juice is provided by this! This thingy over here is a dedicated refinery base that's doing not a darn thing but making solid fuel. Solid fuel then travels down here. And I figured out a little while back that if you want to power the steam engines near maximum capacity, I think you need about one boiler for every 2 steam engines. That comes in a little handy, as you'll see in a minute, because this little snaky thing takes plenty of water supply. There's 11 boilers in each of these lines. Looks like they're all burning, so maybe I do need more than one for every 2. Whatever. This snaky supply keeps the solid fuel present for all of the boilers. And as I said, it's roughly a 2-to-1 ratio. Well, it is because, look! Each line is 20 boilers long. 100 temperature, 100 temperature, 100 temperature, 100 temperature. So the temperature is at 100. And it looks like I could even put more, because the water's not near 0 at the end. And it looks like as long as it has any water above 1 and temperature at 100, it can run at maximum performance. So all of these can run at maximum performance. Definitely a step above my previous mega scale steam farm that didn't do anywhere near this much. And this is actually the minority of my power supply. As you can see, that this massive steam farm is producing 65 megawatts. That's dwarfed by the 285 megawatts the solar panels put out, and the 2.6 gigajoules stored by the accumulators. So yeah, I got power, and still have power to spare. Unfortunately, since I need to burn stuff for these, it's not that nice. I still wish there was other ways to get power other than boilers or solar panels, but there isn't. Those are the only options, boilers and solar panels. But at least it's running entirely on solid fuel instead of coal. So that's a step in the right direction. And this thing, based on the supplies, this is half full, these are both basically empty, so it looks like I actually might need another petroleum one of these to help balance that out a little. So let's put this there, put some pipes, and where is the solar panel? Oh, not the solar panel, this thing, here we are. And you are making solid fuel out of petroleum, and you are going to speed up. Alright, so now we have even more solid fuel coming out of the little splitter just to make sure it uses both sides of the conveyor, and yep, that's my base. Good thing the water appears to be an infinite resource that you can never ever drain, because I am pumping this shit. Look, you can see how fast it's flowing. Especially around here, I am pumping this shit hard. But that's what you need to do to keep something this large clocking. And so at some point I'll probably boost the solar panel production even farther, because I want to use these minimally, because these things burn fuel, which means pollution and whatnot. You can see the map in the well, you can't see the mini-map because my face is in front of it. Hang on, let me see if I can deal with that. I don't know if I can deal with that. There we are. As you can see in the upper right corner, the mini-map is basically red, because it's all pollution. Luckily, I'm massive and have all of... What is going on right now? What is going on there? Luckily, I'm pretty massive and can defend this base. I'm on the auto builders, something I have is pumping out all kinds of turrets and stuff, and I've basically wasted everything in the immediate vicinity for a long distance out every way, which way or from, because this area is my central core, and it needs to stay protected. Just look at the scale I have. Oh well. Better not gush over how awesome I am too long, because that gets boring. And I'm glad I have a nice computer that can actually keep track of this mess. Because this is a mess. Oh well, that'll be it for this episode. See you guys next time.